As we continue to bask in the euphoria of our 4-2 win against Bournemouth, cherries, let's take our time to pick out the errors and the silly mistakes made by the players and the coach in that game. First, let me start by criticizing the coach for making that kind of risky substitution. Substituting the two fullbacks, Frimpong and Kekes, was so much of a huge risk to take, of which he ended up being lucky that we were not punished. We ended up picking maximum points per se. You understand? At the end of the day, if I look at the whole situation, I say, coach, you substituted Frimpong. Frimpong was not having a bad game. He was not having a bad game. Apart from Keke's yellow card that Keke's picked up, there was no reason he should be substituted. Maybe substituting him was not the worst mistake, but substituting Frimpong already Konate was already struggling in that position. Now you're now substituting Frimpong. I don't understand what you want. What was your aim? He now introduced Endo to pursue pacey players of Bournemouth, pacey and physical players of Bournemouth. That was too much of a risk, to be honest with you. That was too much of a risk to take by a coach. Honestly, he shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. But then let's talk about the first goal we conceded. When that player squared the ball, if maybe we had a defender, I talked about Liverpool have been lucky enough to sign Giovanni Leone, a defender who slides. If you watch him, you realize that this young man slides. That's one quality we lack in our defense, of which, if we actually had defenders that slide, do you understand? Defenders that slide, there are some goals we wouldn't be conceding. Like that first goal. If we actually had defenders that slide, that ball, when that guy squared that ball, Van Dijk could have slided. We know that sliding is not part. He has played at the highest level. He actually found the way. His technicality kind of makes up for that aspect of not sliding. But there's something I've come to understand, that every defense needs someone that slides. If you look at Chelsea some time ago when they had the likes of Carvalho, you understand? Carvalho, Ashley Cole, and John Terry, all those defenders that slide. You realize that was one of the reasons they were able to concede fewest number of goals, 15 goals in a season. If you have defenders that slide, you don't know what God has done for you. But then it's not just about sliding, technicality as well. You add it and that complements it all. So we wouldn't have considered that goal if maybe one of them slided. Robertson was even there. In front of Robertson, Semenyo crossed to tap in that ball. Van Dijk, I thought maybe he was going to slide. Or maybe he was expecting goalkeeper to come and catch the ball. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But then we look at the whole situation too. You look at our midfield. The absence of Gravenberch has been felt. Like, you realize that Gravenberch is the jail, the link that connects Liverpool's defense to midfield and Liverpool's midfield to attack. In his absence, it's now evident that this guy has been playing a huge role that so many persons have been undermining. But right now, there is no need for anybody to come out and say, hey, Gravenberch, we did not miss you. Gravenberch has been heavily missed in this period. The coach has the likes of Chiesa to thank for coming off the bench to deliver. Of course, that's why I've always said there's no need to sell this guy. He knows what he's doing. He's good. Now, we found a way to get that result. Coach has Chiesa to thank. He made a silly mistake and the boys dug him out of it. If not, he would have faced huge criticism. We shouldn't be making those kind of silly mistakes. Now, Semenyo's goal, why did they not trip him on time? There are players that once they are on the break, one person should sacrifice, trip him, pick your yellow card, and we'll move on. You understand? Sacrifice, trip him, we move on, no shaking. That's the game for you. Sacrifice it. There was a time Sergio Ramos asked Valverde, was happy Valverde tripped. He tripped, I think Diego Costa. Or Diego Costa, right? One-on-one with the goalkeeper, he tripped him. Sergio Ramos asked him to trip Valverde to trip him. He did that. He picked up red card, sacrificed. Those are the things we need to start doing and doing better. Those silly mistakes we need to have. Conceding 2 goals in the first game of the season is a red flag for me. Let me be honest with you. Yes, let's have your thoughts in the comment section, guys.